Hey Aries, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength on this reading, go check your other major placements. Also, I will be posting photos of the spread at the end, so you can go check those out, check my work, enjoy the pretty pictures. Oh my gosh. All right, Aries. Okay, well, that's plenty. Right off the bat, they're eager to say something, eager to talk, which is my experience of an Aries. All right, and what's funny too is Pisces just got one of these cards. Oh my gosh, we've got this card again. All right, let me see. Okay, we've got pleasant, treasured memories, actually. Something from the past that you loved, that you were passionate about, excited about, coming back here, a return. Well, not really a return. It's just a memory that you hold on to. You hold on to it very tightly. You really love it. You're not letting it go. It's not just going to float through the sky of your mind and, you know, change shape and warp and move on and rain itself out. You're holding on to this memory. And the beautiful thing about these memories that we do hold on to is that, especially in this situation, she's looking to the future. She knows that that's possible, that beautiful thing, that lovely little cloud, it happened once before. There was a lovely little cloud that came through her sky, and now it can happen again, because she's looking towards the future to maybe replicate this. If she can't replicate it, she's taking it with us. But this is my thing about these clouds, is that they can happen again. Maybe not in the exact same way. It's never going to be this exact shape of a cloud, but a cute little cloud can come through your sky again. Lovely little memory of love and joy and happiness and a passionate time. Holding on to those memories as you're looking to the future. Maybe you are afraid that you're never going to see another cloud like that again. And so this is why you cling to it. But that's what those pleasant memories are there for. I mean, they're there for lots of reasons, but it really reminds me of William Wordsworth's poem, The Lovely Daffodils, about, you know, having seen these daffodils, this field of daffodils at some point, and how much joy it brings him when he's, you know, down and stuck inside, and I'm sure there's more to that poem, but it's a beautiful poem. But that's these treasured memories. They bring you a lot of joy, and in different circumstances, it's with you here. So yeah, no wonder you need these pleasant memories, because we've got stranded right here. You're in a prickly situation, a difficult spot. You didn't necessarily choose to be up here, but there was maybe a little bit of lack of skill involved, because you're a very young captain here. You're not really old enough to be on this, to be charting this. You thought you knew what you were doing, but you didn't know what you were doing. Everything seemed very simple, very clear. What's wrong? You just sail the ship, you put some sails on some wood, and you head out. But then something happened, like a flood, something big happened, and changed the whole dynamic of what sailing was. And you didn't have any experience. You didn't have the experience you needed to know that this wasn't land, that this was a tree. You know, I have this whole story in my head about how so there was a big flood, and then the flood receded, and then this little guy wasn't quite experienced enough to know that this was a tree and not a hilltop. So instead of landing his thing safely, now he's like way up there. He maybe didn't even realize how deep he was getting into this, how deep this wave was. I gotta boot my nose here, get us back in focus. But he didn't realize how deep it was and how big the wave was. So he didn't even know that he was even this much further up. So the thing is, though, this flood would have thrown any well-seasoned, well-experienced sailor. It would throw anybody, right? And but maybe someone with more experience could have navigated it a little better, could have navigated their landing a little better, but this guy did not. So now you're feeling stranded. You feel stuck. You don't know how to get out of the situation that you're in. You feel a little unmoored, out of your element here. You know, this anchor is up. You're not even like grounded. You're not touching the ground. That's my cat. You're not even touching the ground. Your anchor can't even reach ground. You're just at a total loss as to what to do. Again, looking to the future, maybe remembering when you felt so full of vim and vigor, and you just knew you were going to be a good sailor. Maybe you will sail again. I bet you will sail again, because that call is hard to deny. But next time you're going to be a lot more careful and a lot more. But for now, you don't know how you're getting out of this situation. There is this rainbow back here, this sort of sundog, and it is a reminder that Spirit sees where you are and help is on its way, even though you are stuck right now. There is a promise for the future. That rainbow coming at the end of Noah's flood. So the first sort of recorded rainbow in the Bible comes after Noah's flood as a message of safety, and of care. The Bible's kind of weird. Did just kill off all the people, but most of them. But whoever survives gets a message of safety and care. You're safe now. It's not going to happen again quite like that. So. And then we have weaving flowers here. This is the one that, what was it? Pisces just got. This synchronicities, intuitive hits coming in, helping you make something in reality. She can't see where she's going. And it could be this, like, how are you going to get out of this? You can't see. But some synchronicities are going to come in. Things are going to come in. Things are going to happen. And you're going to know exactly what to do with them. Exactly how to piece this all together. You're going to know what to do as things start to happen and change. Different bits are going to start coming towards you, and even though you don't have a clear idea of even where they're coming from, or where they're going to come from, you are going to know what to do with them and how to put it all together into something that's functional and more what you need. Then we have abracadabra. Maybe this lady's going to come along and like help this little guy, because she looks tall enough to be able to help this guy out. So maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know what that's a metaphor for. Oh my gosh, the focus here. I don't know what that's a metaphor for here, but this is, I think you might have gotten this last week too. This is being very tall, having grown quite a bit, having learned quite a bit. I mean, and who's not going to learn out of this situation? You've learned so much. You've grown so much. You've cycled through. And you're expanding every time you hit the same place in sort of the cycle of your thinking or a cycle of your life or an issue that you have to deal with it over and over again. You expand, you grow, and you've grown so much. And something that you're very committed to, that it's written in the stars here, that you're meeting your destiny. Here's what's happening. You're meeting up with a destiny point in the stars. You've grown. You've put the work in. You've been very dedicated, very committed to this goal. And here you start to be able to reach it. You start to be able to touch it. Again, her eyes are closed. She's not using her logic. She's not using her thinking. There's something very intuitive going on here. And you have an opportunity to change the cycles, to break out of some sort of cycle, to make something happen in your life that you want to have happen. And here, this is like you're working really with the universe here. So this is the universe giving you these raw materials. This is you knowing what to do with them. This is you having grown, having learned, and knowing what to do, knowing which star is yours, knowing what to reach for, knowing how to manifest. Suddenly you don't even know how you know, but you've learned a lot. You've grown a lot. You're not this kid anymore stuck in this tree. You've grown a lot, and you're going to know how to get out of this. I mean, you might still be this kid stuck in this tree, but you know how to get out of it. There's something you need to say. Abracadabra, these are the magic words that bring things, our wishes, into reality. So there is something, and there's something sort of divinely guided about this. There's an opportunity here that comes in, that's meant to come in, and you're going to take it, and you're smart enough to know to take it now. Maybe you're remembering, how much you wanted to sail, how much you really liked this, how exciting it was to step off. But now here you're at, and here you are, and you're like, wait, that memory was really good of wanting to go on this journey, and now I don't like where it took me. But you learn a lot, and a lot of stuff kind of lines up in you. Because you've learned so much from this bad experience, you know exactly what to do and how to handle the situation, and it makes something come true for you. It makes make something, and this is sort of some sort of recognition that you've grown a lot, and you've grown to meet, you've had a rendezvous point, and you're exactly where you need to be, and you're sort of in sort of your life plan, you have a rendezvous point coming up, and you're exactly where you need to be, and you feel it, you can feel that, and you're going to be able to break out of a cycle, break out of a situation, and bring something to fruition. All right, Aries, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Interesting to-do list. I don't know what that's about. We'll hopefully figure that out. Oh, right. Lots of pages here. So you are learning. Pages are the freshmen of the deck. They're learning. They show up nice and sparkly and new with their new backpacks and their locker combination that they're not quite familiar with. So you got a lot of pages here. You're learning. And this is what we've got. This is a learning experience right here. You're definitely learning from this. And this is how much you've grown. You've grown quite a bit here. So yeah, this is why these pages are coming up as a reference to how much you've learned. So here's this Page of Wands. This wand showed up like in a desert. There's no trees in this landscape whatsoever. There's no trees. There's a fast-moving, interesting, inspiring idea. It really caught your attention. You were very curious about it. You embraced it. It kind of seemed to come out of nowhere and was very exciting. Could have been this call to do this. And a lot of new ideas coming in here, sort of some billowing storm of new ideas. It was very exciting and interesting. In your present situation, you have, this could have actually been a person coming in with a really cool idea. This could have been you having a good idea. In your current situation, you have Seven of Swords. There's some sneaky energy going on here. Maybe some not talking about it energy. We've been talking about you having a secret, but this is in previous readings. But this is about not talking about something, about somebody here wants to win the battle, but not through open conflict. They want to win the battle through sneakery. So this is something that's going on. Either you're feeling like you need to sneak, and I'm not a very sneaky person, but I do understand that there are situations in our lives in which that is required for our own safety and for protection. So, not out of amusement and not to hurt people, but simply to protect yourself. This can be an okay place to be. But this could also be somebody else trying to sneak something by you, sneaky means definitely keeping it quiet. You're not going to announce. I always hate it when people are like, can I sneak by you? And I'm like, well, not anymore. That's what I want to say, but I don't want to have an in-depth conversation. So I just kind of, But I think to myself, if you're announcing it, it's not sneaking. So I don't understand. So yeah, they're not announcing something. Somebody's not announcing what they're doing. They're not telling anybody what they're doing, but they're trying to win and get the upper hand through sneakery. This could be passive-aggressive behavior, where we're willing to harm the other person. We just don't want them to be aware that we're harming them, or be able to respond openly. That's the thing about passive-aggressive communication and stuff like that, that it's intentionally very difficult to respond openly to it, because, the actual words that are being said, hi, how are you, can be fine. And difficult to call someone out on saying, hi, how are you? Except for maybe there's something behind in the tone where it's more like a, hi, how are you? And you can't call that out because it's just like, you can and you should. So if you see someone sneaking or being so this could be some passive-aggressive behavior. Someone trying to get what they want or cause harm without having it be an open conflict, without being called out on it. And so that could be you, that could be somebody else. Here we have on your mind is Page of Swords. There's an idea that you have, an idea on your mind. It could be some of these ideas coming in here that you're not sure. Well, this is the truth, right? So here we have sort of maybe some passive-aggressive behavior, maybe some sneakiness, and you've got the truth here. You've got some sort of truth. You might be a little bit uncomfortable with that truth. You might be not quite sure how to wield this communication, wield this truth. You're a little bit afraid of this truth, and you're not quite sure what to do with it. It's it's almost like it's a toy truth. It's not really the heaviest thing in the world, but you are learning how to wield it and learning what to do with it. So you have something here, some sort of communication, some sort of truth. You're not 100% confident in how to handle it and what to do. You're still learning. You're still learning how to handle the truth, how to communicate truth, how to communicate clearly. You're still learning all of this stuff. So this could be you, like having some passive aggressive or some difficult communication styles, and you're just starting to learn, and you'd like to learn and experience different communication styles and grow in that way, how to communicate more clearly. Or this could be somebody else, and this could be you trying to figure out how to call them out on their passive aggressive behavior, or you can see them sneaking off like this. You can see the sneakery, and you're trying to figure out how to approach it, how to deal with it, how to bring your truth into the situation, and how to communicate in a truthful and honest way, maybe calling somebody out, but not quite sure how to do that, and kind of playing around with that idea. Oh dear, in your what's at issue here is the Six of Cups. So in the upright, we're talking about a beautiful sharing of innocent communications, maybe something you were remembering back here, but instead we have it's in the reverse. So there's something unpleasant from your past coming that's coming in here. Some very unpleasant, some unpleasantness, maybe some unpleasant communication about the past, maybe somebody from your past that you don't like, you don't want to communicate with it. But these are bad memories, bad communication, terrible, a lot of hurt and pain from your past is here. And this is something that is causing an issue for you, this hurt and this pain. And it could be someone from your past coming to bring that in, or it could just be memories. I mean, maybe these treasured memories aren't so treasured after all. Maybe they're bitter memories, difficult to navigate, or something difficult from your past is coming in. In your environment, you have this Knight of Cups. You have a loving offering. This is probably an actual person. They're still suited up. They're going to be careful. But here they're bringing in some loving communication and some, they have the best of intentions, and they're making an offering of communication, a heart-filled offering of communication. So this is somebody coming in towards you that would like to have a heart-to-heart with you, or some communication with you, and share some love with you, or show you some love and appreciation. Here is your to-do list, is this Five of Pentacles. So this is curious to me. What is this? Your to-do list is to be poor, is to be left out, is to be impoverished, is to maybe not communicate, maybe some sort of impoverished idea here, not having enough. Maybe your job is your job could be to not communicate. I mean, because there are times and places like where there's just you shouldn't be communicating, or it's not safe. Like I was talking about with this, it's not safe to communicate. There can be times where that is legitimately true. It's not safe to communicate with somebody. Like I don't talk to every guy on the street. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they're saying. Or, oh my gosh, every guy in my Instagram inbox, I don't know who you are. It's probably a scam. It doesn't look like a real site. I'm not going to communicate with you. I'm going to just delete. Like if I don't know who you are, and your page looks dumb and it's just pictures of you with people cut out, like what is this? I don't know what that is. I'm not communicating with it. Maybe they think it's a love offering, but I'm not touching that. I'm just deleting without talking, and it's not mean, it's just me protecting myself, right? So from people I don't know. So maybe this is about pouring from an empty cup. Is how would I normally, in any other situation, let me just talk this through here. Five of Pentacles. So five, we're in that not having enough. There's plenty around you. But you're not engaging with it. You're not able to engage with it So there could be like some sort of communication or some sort of abundance around you. And your job right now is your to-do list. I very specifically call this your to-do list, which I don't think tarot misunderstands, and certainly not at this point in our relationship. So your to-do list is to not partake of some sort of abundance around you, to pinch your pennies, save your money, save your emotions, hold on to what you have, and not accept something. And it might be not accepting this love offering here. It's you know, and she's caring for somebody else out of her own lack, pouring from an empty cup. Maybe you just don't have time for somebody, and you're not supposed to. That's like, I just don't have time for this. I just don't have what it takes to deal with this. I don't have time for this. I don't want to engage with this. I'd rather have nothing than what you're offering. Then why not the Four of Cups? Maybe the Four of Cups was just otherwise occupied. But the Four of Cups is more of an unintentional. So this is a sense of poverty, which is normally something that we want to avoid. But if you're in conflict with somebody, maybe withholding, withdrawing, not engaging, not accepting the offer. Because if the offer could be this. The offer could be something very sneaky that's not a real offer. So that could be what's going on. There's an offer coming in, and I don't think you're supposed to accept it. But here we have you coming in with this. Well, let's see where we're going. So then where we go is the Four of Pentacles. Where we're at is the Five of Pentacles. Being left out. Feeling left out. And that's your to-do list, is that left outness, is being left out. Maybe removing yourself from a situation that seems to says it's giving you a lot, but it's not. So you remove yourself from the situation. It could be quitting something, quitting a job, leaving a place of abundance. Fascinating. But maybe because you get that it's sneaky, you get that it's not real, you get that this offer could be a very sneaky thing going on here, and you're not accepting it here. I wish I had some confirmation over in these other cards. Anyway, so a possible place you end up is that you end up with 4 coins. Maybe you don't want the 5 coins. Maybe you don't take 5 coins, but you take 4 coins. You end up with something very precious to you that you're fascinated with. The Four of Pentacles looks like a page to me. It's like the same energy as this fascination, this love, but she has it, and she's very grounded in it. She's very grounded in what she does have, and she's very fascinated by it. She's learning from it. She's got something here, and this is true here. Getting something in reality, having something. There is some sort of wish fulfillment, and she's holding on to that. She's either holding on to the wish or holding on to her money. This is a hold on to what you do have. Never mind what you don't have. Maybe you don't need any more than what you do have. You don't need that extra pentacle. You've got the pentacles you need. So this is an energy that you're going into where you do end up with something quite precious to you, quite lovely, that absorbs you and that grounds you, and that's yours to hold. And you're very fascinated. Maybe the beginning of the fruits of your labors coming in. So that's where you're headed. So there's something about being in a sense of denial, a sense of poverty, a sense of being left out in the cold, holding that for a little while longer, and then maybe holding off on something so that you can accept a different reward or a better reward or a more secure offer coming in later that you can accept and that is more stable and is more solid for you, rather than what's coming in right now. It could be a little maybe it's declining to hang out, or here's this bad memory right here, and maybe you're declining to engage with that past that wasn't good. So you're just refusing that, and then this is like because we only have so much time and so much energy. So when we cut people or things out, it opens up time for new things and other things that are more precious to you. So it could be just a time of pruning for you, where you need to prune your time commitments, prune the people that you're sharing with, prune your expenditures. There could just be like a real pruning that needs to happen so that you can have what you do want, because there's something back here that you don't want. You don't want it anymore. And you know, there's this sneaky energy, this bad memories energy, and then this. So there's a lot of negativity here, and maybe you just need to prune it out, create a lack, create a vacuum where something much better can come in, because nature abhors a vacuum. So when you cut something out of your life, better things can flow right into that spot. So, all right, Aries, I hope that this was helpful for you and useful for you. And I thank you so much for your likes, comments, and subscribes. I really do appreciate them. And I hope that you have a wonderful week and you do find a treasure that is yours, and not necessarily this stuff that's not really for you anymore. All right, have a great week.